Got your Wichita Dreams Football Camp tomorrow evening, and a lot of kids coming out, or expected to come out. What kind of got you into the football camp game and doing this for the kids here?
Well, I think every football player that makes it to the NFL wants to give back to the community that they came from. And for me, when I was a child, I actually attended the Barry Sanders football camp. So he was a guy that I wanted to emulate in regards to his professionalism and his giving back to the community. Having started several businesses in the area, I definitely wanted to follow in his footsteps in regards to being an NFL player who, did not forget where he came from. And I feel like if we're able to reach the kids here and help them develop, and hopefully they can go on and pursue a career at the collegiate or NFL level in football, I think that that's ideal for me, and I think that this is just something that can help them out along the way.
So you remember that stuck out to you as a kid, being around the great Barry Sanders when he was coming around here?
Oh, definitely, and I had the opportunity to meet him at several Super Bowls and things of that nature, yeah. So there's still some conversation, and hopefully in the future I could get him to attend one of the camps. So this is really just me wanting to go ahead and set these things up, and then in the future just have him swing by possibly. But I've had a great time with other NFL players who've been a part of our past camps, and college players as well who've come from Wichita, who've come to give back to the kids.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Even in the past, you've had some other Wichita guys that have made it onto the NFL come back and give back to the kids as well and work with you there. How cool is that to have them be there as well with you and to show the kids, like, hey, there's a good group of guys that have gone on and made it. You can too.
Yeah, it's really cool because when Bryce Brown and Arthur Brown and Chris Harper, they were younger guys, and I was able to come back and speak with them, and of course Brian Butler being their mentor here, I think it was one of those things where they wanted to come back and kind of collaborate together for camp. So we've done that before in the past, and I look forward to many more camps with them, and also guys who are coming into or going into the NFL from the Wichita area. So we're starting to see more kids come out of this area. We know we have talent. We just want to help to facilitate or put together camps and different tutoring sessions. We're working with the gentleman, William Polite, to help on the academic side and kind of pair those things together and work on that year round to help them get to the NFL or to get to college more so. And then if they're talented enough and they do the right things, the NFL.
Yeah. There has been, I feel like, an influx as of late. Wichita has always had really good athletes, and they've had guys make it into the NFL, Barry Sanders, yourself. But it seems like recently there's been a little more and more. Is there anything that you can maybe put your thumb on of why that is, or just getting more chances? Maybe?
Well, I think guys who come out after me and after Barry, they're starting to, start that conversation. Okay, there was a Joseph Randall, Chris Harper, Blake Bell, like those guys are going into the NFL and they're producing. So obviously I think we're doing something right here, and I think we want to be able to compete on a national level when it comes to, hey, we're putting kids out into college frequently and at in high numbers. I think that's the ideal thing to do for the sport.
Yeah, we got Devontae Harris with the Bengals, Ben Powers now with the Ravens. It's awesome, really cool. And back to the camp real quick. When you look out and you see the hundreds of kids out there, does it give you a sense of pride of like where the sport is headed? Because I know there's a lot of times there's a war on football all the time. It is a dangerous sport, but people say it's a dying sport. Does that give you some hope of the future of the sport when you look out and you see a bunch of kids out there learning?
Well, I think there's sports that are a little bit tougher than others. You got to be a certain type of individual to come into this game. It's rough. There's a 100% injury rate, of course, but we know that going in, and I mean, we still enjoy it. It's very entertaining to families, and for a lot of families, this is tradition. There's been generations who have played the game, and I think for the most part, it's changed a lot of lives for the better. It's given a lot of opportunity. A lot of people have the opportunity once they make it to the NFL to, I guess, create generational wealth for their family, and maybe that was something that hasn't been there for a lot of these families. So I think the NFL has been very beneficial, not only to those families, but the communities where these kids come from.
Yeah. Yes, the pros outweigh the cons for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it does. I've enjoyed my NFL experience. I feel super healthy right now.
Which is good. Yeah, a lot of guys can't say the same. And in retirement, a lot of teams are starting up training camp today and next week. Is this time of the year that you're glad that you're no longer playing when it's 110 degrees and you're out there grinding 2 days and stuff, or do you get that itch still?
Yeah, I watch a lot of guys as they work out and they prepare for the upcoming season, so it never really stops. But training camp is that space in the year where they're really going to be tested, right?
Yeah.
And this is like, do you really love this game? They're away from their families, so it can be tough on families, as a lot of these guys are fathers, but they'll be in training camp, 6 weeks, approximately, just getting ready for the upcoming season. So this is a grueling time of year for those guys. And whenever they go into camp, I'll text some of my buddies who are in the NFL and just tell them, hey, I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully
keep your head down, grind.
Keep your head down. Hopefully, you come out this thing healthy, but have a great season. So they work hard, and I feel like going into the year, training camp is that thing that's just your final test prior to going into the season.
Yeah, that's the true test if you love the game. Yeah, it's not easy to get out there in the high heat and for just practice, or just going out there just practicing with no games to look forward to.
Yeah, preparation is a big thing though. So everybody wants to be successful, but these guys are doing what it takes in regards to their preparation to put themselves in position to be successful at the high level.
Yeah. And going through your Twitter feed, I know that you watch some football, so I'm not sure how much do you still watch, whether it be college or the NFL.
Oh, I watch a lot. Being a Florida State guy, I'm looking forward to them this upcoming year, watching them play. And obviously, I believe Les Miles is the new coach at KU, so that'll be interesting. I've been a big fan of K-State since Snyder was there. So I got an opportunity when I was in Wichita to go watch a couple of those games. So I really do still follow football at the NCAA level and also NFL level, having played for the Browns, the Raiders, and the Titans. I'll probably take a road trip to at least go to one game for Florida State and then all the NFL teams that I play for as well.
Yeah, see some old friends and all familiar faces and all that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and with the Raiders, we have to talk the AFC West a little bit here. With the Chiefs, when you look at Patrick Mahomes, is he just on an unreal level when you see him play?
Well, he's definitely talented, and he's doing some exciting things. So
Glad you don't have to chase him down.
Oh, man, I enjoyed playing the Chiefs when I was in the division, but I know that there are a lot of Chiefs fans here in this area, so they're happy about what they have in him, and I think he's one of those young talents that the NFL really loves to have with the brand. So I'm looking for some exciting things from him this year as well.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. He's just the gunslinger that runs around, a little Brett Favre-esque Aaron Rodgers mix, which is funny. And then quick on with the Kamerion Wimbley Foundation, just kind of what great things you have going on now with that, and what are you kind of looking forward to with the foundation and all the great stuff that you're doing there?
Well, I'm excited. We were recently able to sponsor the Buster Posey Award, which recognizes the collegiate catcher of the year within the nation. So that was with a gentleman named Bob Hansen and the Greater Wichita Sports Commission. We got a 3-year deal with them to be a part of that. It also recognizes the top high school athletes, male and female, with the Barry Sanders Award and the Lynette Woodard Award. So that was a really great thing to be a part of, and we were able to go out and watch kids at a baseball camp, and a lot of those kids came over from League 42, and the Greater Wichita Sports Commission allowed them to come in and be a part of that with no fees to the kids. So that was really great to see, and I think Bob Lutz is doing a great job with that. I played baseball when I was younger here with the Rockies, and my dad was coaching. So we played out there at McAdams. So I think that's really cool. So we'll probably just continue to work with the youth here in all sports, not just football. But I feel like that's one of the things that we have going on that's pretty exciting as well. I also am excited about the Wichita Wizards, right? So it's a new thing here. So anything for the local sports. We got the new baseball stadium being built.
Up. Yeah, that'll be exciting. Next April 2020, that'll be built.
Yeah, man. And obviously WSU switching conferences in basketball, and I'm down in Florida, so they actually play USF down there. So it's pretty cool to see that sports here is on the up, it's on the rise.
Yeah, it's taken off in a bunch of different directions.
Oh yeah. So I'm excited about that. I follow sports all across the country. So to see my hometown, you know, really just getting in there and trying to improve is a good thing.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, yeah, you're from Wichita. You mentioned, yeah, you live in Florida now. What was made it so important that you come back and you do all this stuff here in Wichita? You know, it could have been easy, you know, just to do stuff in Florida and whatnot, but what made it so important for you to come back and do?
Well, I still have really good connections here, and a lot of those people here actually have really good connections across the country. So
Gotcha.
when you're in this thing, when you're in the sports, it's kind of like we're all a big team, we're all a big fraternity with a lot of the players. And so I really feel like coming back here is a place where it all started, and it kind of, you know, keeps me grounded.
Yeah.
And I'm really just happy to see the youth develop here. So I know we want to be able to help stimulate the economy, and I think sports really does that, with youth league sports being one of those things that is generating a lot of revenue and things of that nature. But I want to make sure that the kids are really being taken care of, and the kids, their best interest is the primary thing. So I really feel like, you know, coming back here and just linking up with the coaches here and hopefully getting them the best information about what's going on in the NFL and the NCAA puts these kids in a great position to be successful at the end of the day. So.
Exactly, yeah. So when you have a kid tomorrow, you know, you're sitting them down, you're talking, and they want to go play high Division I football and maybe go play in the NFL. Kind of there's a lot of advice that you could give. What would maybe be the one big piece of advice that you give to that kid?
Well, I would just
let them know. It's hard to boil it down into one, but yeah.
Well, I think it's about continually learning and getting better, right? So not just on the field, but in all aspects of life. So I would just tell them to learn as much as they can, read up as much as they can in regards to the game, but also in the classroom as well.
Gotcha. Easy enough. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.